Alright guys, welcome back to another KO breakdown episode. Today we will actually be looking at one of my favorite boxers at the moment, which is Oscar Valdez. And we will specifically be looking at the fight that he had against Chris Avalos on September 11, 2015 at 126 pounds. So in this episode we will actually be looking at the keys to Oscar Valdez's victory over Chris Avalos, and we will start this off by first analyzing the jab. So Oscar Valdez constantly threw that jab from the first round all the way to the final round, which was the fifth round in this case. So he had the jab always in Chris Avalos' face, and this jab helped him manage the distance, close the distance going forward, and also kind of open up the distance going back as well, just because when he threw the jab, he would step in and maybe construct a combination, or like you guys see here in these clips, he would throw the jab and simultaneously step back or take a lateral step to get out of the range in which Chris Avalos was able to counterpunch him. So it was a very good defensive tactic by Oscar Valdez to sort of start managing the distance early on, because for the most part, whoever controls the distance is usually the fighter that controls the fight. Another key component of Oscar Valdez's victory over Chris Avalos was the waist movement that he implemented throughout the whole fight. So the waist movement of Oscar Valdez was enough for him to avoid a lot of the big solid power punches by Chris Avalos. So watching this fight, I don't recall any moment in which Oscar Valdez was in any sort of danger. For the most part, that jab pretty much set up his defensive maneuvers because it kept Chris Avalos at bay. And second of all, even when Chris Avalos was close enough to throw a shot, Oscar Valdez's excellent waist movement helped him slip a lot of the punches and roll under a lot of punches, and helped him either continue his lateral movement or exit to the left or to the right side of Chris Avalos, where Chris Avalos was pretty much forced to reset and start all over. The final key to Oscar Valdez's victory was, of course, his offense. And a lot of the punches that Oscar Valdez threw, especially these big solid power punches, landed quite cleanly on Chris Avalos, and I'm not sure if it was because of the frustration of Chris Avalos that he couldn't really connect Oscar Valdez, and Oscar Valdez was keeping him at a distance. But for the most part, Oscar Valdez was quite easily able to land these overhand rights and these left hooks. And there was instances where Oscar Valdez actually combined these punches together to set up combinations. So sometimes he would throw like an overhand right, left hook, or he would change it up a little bit and maybe throw two left hooks and an overhand right. So there was a mixture of combinations, but most of these punches actually landed quite easily on Chris Avalos. And then of course in the third round, Oscar Valdez dropped Chris Avalos with a left hook.
Se van al abrazo, Oscar Valdez trata de sacarle distancia. ¡Ven ese golpe de izquierda! ¡Qué gancho le metió a Avalos! Que no tiene otra alternativa más que caer a la lona.
So once again, Oscar Valdez would actually land a left hook on Chris Avalos and kind of leave him wobbling at the end of round number 4. And pretty much that was the beginning of the end, man, because in the next round after that one, Oscar Valdez would eventually stop Chris Avalos. He would throw that left hook and he would kind of leave Chris Avalos a bit shaky on his feet, and he would just be paralyzed to the point where the referee would have to step in, because he kind of saw that reaction from Chris Avalos that he just kind of stood still for a little bit, for a couple of seconds. He'll step in, stop the fight, and of course Oscar Valdez would be victorious with a TKO in that fifth round.
A ver el momento del impacto. Ahí está, es un golpe descendente de izquierda que impacta en la parte frontal del rostro.
Queda pasmado, mira cómo se queda pasmado prácticamente. El referee lo nota.
Exactamente.
No lo vimos en primera instancia, Gerardo, porque estamos a una distancia en la que no lo podemos observar igual que lo hace el referee. Pero creo que, mira, ve el rictus como batalla para caminar, para mantenerse de pie. Podría terminar muy mal este combate. Creo que el referee hizo lo correcto, Gerardo.
Bien, bien.
Alright guys, so pretty much that will be the end of this analysis. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this KO breakdown episode. If you guys want to check us out on YouTube, go check us out. Just type in Entity 1 Combat on YouTube and you guys will definitely find us. Or you guys could check out our social media as well. Of course, all the links will be on our videos on our YouTube channel. So yeah, man, pretty much that'll be it. Thank you guys. Till next time.